Hello class 10. This is revision video on chapter endocrine glands. Hormones are secretions from specific cells or glands in the body and are carried to all parts by the blood. But their effect is produced in one or more specific parts called target organs or cells. By definition, we can say hormone is a secretion from some glandular part of the body which is poured into blood and which acts on the target organs or cells of the same individual. Or simply we can say hormones are special chemicals which are secreted by endocrine glands and are poured directly into the blood to affect the target organs. Most of the hormones are secreted by special cells or glands which are called endocrine glands. They are ductless glands because their secretions are poured directly into the blood and not through any special duct. The principal endocrine or hormone producing glands in the human body are adrenal glands, pancreas, thyroid gland, pituitary, parathyroid glands, thymus gland, and gonads. So there are 7 types of endocrine glands present in human body which acts as endocrine glands. But according to the syllabus of class 10, we need to study only adrenal glands, pancreas, thyroid gland, and pituitary. The adrenal glands are like caps above the kidney. They are found at the top of the kidneys. Each adrenal gland consists of 2 parts, the central part called medulla and the peripheral part called cortex. The central part medulla secretes the adrenaline hormone. The adrenaline hormone is also called epinephrine or noradrenaline. This hormone is secreted only when the body needs to meet any emergency situation. For example, for fight or for flight. When excited or angry, our adrenal glands produce a lot of adrenaline hormone which stimulates different parts of the body. For example, the heartbeat gets faster due to adrenal secretion. The arterioles of the skin constricts. The muscles of the body tenses and gets more stamina. Liver converts the glycogen to glucose. So such are the different type of effects which adrenaline has on different body parts. The peripheral cortex secretes many hormones, but the best known hormone is cortisone. The cortisone hormone, when is secreted less in quantity, it can cause Addison's disease in the body. Symptoms of Addison's diseases are loss of energy, loss of weight, skin pigmentation, low blood sugar level, sensitivity to cold and pain, nausea, increased susceptibility to infections, etc. Whereas increased secretion of cortisone can cause Cushing's syndrome. The symptoms of Cushing's syndrome are obesity, high blood sugar level, weakness, salt and water retention in the body, osteoporosis, etc. So, cortisone hormone needs to be in a balanced state in the body. If it is secreted more in amount, it can cause Cushing syndrome, and if less in amount, it can cause Addison's disease. Pancreas. Pancreas is both a duct gland as well as ductless gland. That is, it is exocrine and endocrine both in nature. Exocrine in nature helps in digestive system by secreting the pancreatic juice, and endocrine in the sense that it contains special group of hormone secreting cells known as islets of Langerhans. The islets of Langerhans contains three kinds of cells known as beta, alpha and delta cells. The beta cells produces insulin hormone, the alpha produces glucagon hormone, and delta cells produces somatostatin hormone. The insulin from beta cells promotes glucose uptake by the body cells and stimulates the deposition of extra glucose as glycogen in liver and muscles. The deficiency of insulin hormone can cause diabetes mellitus, which is simply known as sugar diabetes because it increases the blood sugar level. Excess cause nerve cell starvation and can lead to brain coma. So insulin hormone, if is produced in more havoc in nature, more excess in nature, then the sugar level can go to such a degree increase in the body that nerve cells goes on starvation and can cause brain coma. The second hormone, glucagon, is secreted by the alpha cells, which stimulates the liver to convert glycogen stored in liver and muscles to gets converted into glucose. So we can see insulin and glucagon are antagonistic in nature. Insulin, where diabetes causes diabetes mellitus, glucagon in the sense can convert glycogen into glucose. So insulin, whereas lowering the blood sugar level, glucagon is increasing the blood sugar level. Somatostatin, which is secreted from delta cells, is not in class 10 syllabus, though you should remember the function that somatostatin inhibits the secretion of both insulin and glucagon. So somatostatin is maintaining a balance between the sugar level in the body, where insulin is lowering the sugar level, glucagon is increasing the sugar level. It is maintaining a balance between insulin and glucagon functions. Thank you.